Um, I come to you tonight with some sad news. I was notified last night of Sean Walraven's passing, or Sean Walraven's mother's passing. Sean Walraven, as you know, is the co-host of the Pixel Guys. His mother unfortunately passed away last night, um, as far as I know. I won't get into details because I respect Sean's privacy, but I will tell you a little bit about Mrs. Walraven, Mrs. Mary E. Walraven. Um, Mrs. Walraven is probably one of the best human beings that I've ever met. My mom is one of the few people that inspired me to do whatever I could and push me to my limits to show that I can do anything I wanted to do if I set my mind to it. Mrs. Walraven was another one of those inspirations. Um, I know people use the sappy, oh, she's a great human being. She was this, that, and the other. She was family to me and all this stuff. You know, the cheesy lines that someone uses at a funeral or in a memorial speech. But Mrs. Walraven was genuinely, she, like my mother, are the type of mother, she was one of those mothers that you wish everybody had. She would tell you like it is. Take, she wouldn't take bullshit from you. Um, she knew when you were in the dumps. She knew when you were feeling sad. She had that intuition of something's going on. Let's talk. Um, now I talked with her in person a handful of times, a few dozen times. Um, but Sean would say, "Hey, you want to go over to my parents for dinner?" And like, yeah. And Mrs. Walraven, she treats you like you were her own son. Um, when she invited people over, she treated you like you were one of the family, and she didn't care who you were. If you had a good heart and you had a good mind, she treated you just as she would treat her husband, Dr. Walraven, her sons, anyone else in her family. She treated you with love and kindness and respect. She knew that if you fucked up, she was going to call you out on that fuck up. If you were feeling down, she would listen to you and help you. If you needed help, she was there for you. She was a great woman. Um, and Sean's gonna think this is a little bit cheesy, but I see a lot of his mom in him. And I think it was because of how she raised him that he helped me. Folks, I wouldn't be where I am right now had it not been for Sean. And I'm sure Sean, or I'm positive, Sean wouldn't be where he was, where he is now, without his mom and his dad. And it's it's sad to see her go. It really is. Um, when I woke up and I looked at my phone, I was like, "Oh shit, this happened." You know, I don't I don't take death easily, especially when it's with someone who was as close as she was. She did so much for so many people. And you hear the expression of, well, she would always do everything for everybody else and put herself second. No, she actually did that. I knew she did. She had a hard head, but, you know, a hard head helped. I can tell you that much. A hard head helped. Um, honestly, all the advice that Sean ever gave me, it felt like his mom was right behind him, telling him what to tell me. Um, and I don't have that many friends that are as close as Sean was to me, or still is to me. There aren't that many friends that are as close as Sean is to me. I have a hard time trusting people. I really do. Sean will even tell you I still, after a decade plus knowing him, had a hard time trusting him because it was hard. I don't know why, but I'm glad I do trust him. And I am happy that I met his mom. Happy I met his dad. She was a great person. She's going to be missed. Um, one thing I want to know, and we're going to get to games in just a moment, but I just wanted to point this out. Um, Sean just gave me this text before we went on the air. All donations of in her honor, if there are any made, send it to local food banks or the American Diabetes Association. Um, they're great causes, and especially right now, food banks need the help. If you can donate food or money, toiletries, anything. There are lot of people that are out of work that right now don't even know if they have a roof over their head, a meal to wake up to tomorrow morning. May not have had a meal tonight. I'm lucky to be one of those that has that opportunity, but there are so many people there are who there are so many people that they don't get that option right now. So if you can donate to your local food bank, here in town, that would be the Brazos Valley Food Bank, um, wherever your food bank is, or the American Diabetes Association. Um, that will be helpful. Helpful. Um, but I'm gonna miss you, Mrs. Walraven, and Dr. Walraven. I wish you many years more. I know you're hurting right now, sir, but you're gonna make it. And Sean, there are many friends that have come in and out of my life, but I am glad you have stayed. I'm absolutely glad that you stayed. Tonight's broadcast will be dedicated in Mrs. Walraven's honor.